Welcome back to Total War Shogun 2. We have another siege battle today that I'd like to show off. Chosokabe versus Ikoiki. Now today I am defending as Chosokabe, and attacking is Demaulicus, who is a long-time moderator on my streams and probably one of the most frequently occurring characters. Now, this defense battle I remember was really tricky for me. I couldn't put together any army composition I really liked because of the limit of points I had to spend on troops, but let's take a look at what Dema's attacking with. We got Ikoiki Marathon Monks. Ikoiki have very good warrior monks, and I see he's brought a lot. Katana Ronin. These are actually better than Katana Samurai, but there's only 120 per stack as opposed to 160. He's brought some Ikoiki Bow Warrior Monks. Now, these guys are far longer range than any Bow Samurai that I have, but I believe mine are much better in melee, so here's his general. He brought some Naginata Warrior Monk Cavalry. Very nice. Really playing to Ikoiki's strengths here with the Warrior Monks. On my side, in the front, I put two Matchlock Ashigaru. Now, these are my cheapest units that I brought. Very inaccurate gun-wielding units. Very short range. He outranges them by far. Yari Ashigaru, two stacks of them here. They're the cheapest melee units you can get. Some more in reserve. Chosokabe Bow Ashigaru here. And here. Longer range than these guys. They're up on the second layer here. My general. I have some light cavalry. The cheapest cavalry in the game. Some Katana Samurai. More Bow Samurai. And some Naginata Samurai lined up over here. You can't see where your enemy's going to spawn in Shogun 2, so I had to kind of set up defenses for the whole place. But I've now seen where he's spawning, and I've adapted. He's moving his formation up to the water. Luckily, I do have some defenses. He's not going for a bridge, which helps me. He's trying to avoid my fort towers, so he doesn't get gunned down by arrows. As you see, he's now... What is he doing? He's moving up his melee front line, really packing it tight at the water here, trying to get everything ready. He has far more cav power than I do. He has far more arrow power than I do. And honestly, in terms of melee, he also outguns me. As you can see with the power comparison up here, I'm pretty much outmatched in terms of units. He's now moving up his skirmishers into the water. These warrior monks, massive range on them. And I'll tell you exactly what he's doing. He's afraid. He's played a lot of the Atomo clan, which is big on guns. So he's afraid of my matchlocks, which he shouldn't be. These are the cheapest units in my army. Terrible aim. Absolutely terrible. These are honestly garbage units, and I knew he'd be afraid of these. That's why I put them up front, to basically absorb ammo and deal damage if he charges. Now, I'm at a loss of what to do other than let him attack. I can't charge out there and win. So I've basically just resigned myself to saying, well, you know what? If you're going to play like this, I have no real option. I just have to let you waste your ammo on the cheaper units. And these warrior monks are accurate, and these Yari Ashigaru aren't very well armored, so they're dropping like flies, as you can see, unfortunately. Look at their poor katanas floating in the air after they die. Now, I've backed up my Yari Ashigaru to keep them out of the way of all the arrows. I'm reforming the matchlocks closer to the gate, so if he does charge up, I'm ready to deal some damage. Now, he makes this silly move. He's starting to move up his melee before actually finishing off my Matchlock Ashigaru, which makes the ammo he's wasting on them a bit pointless to start, because if they get too close, I could start getting some shots in on him, which, as you see, there we go. were starting to gun down his melee units. He should have really finished them off, I'd say, but it's not like I'm doing too much damage. These are just matchlock Ashigaru. And as we can see, they're already starting to rout. I've already lost one, and the other is not going to last much longer. Now, I started running up Yari Ashigaru just in fear of this giant tidal wave of monks that he's sending up to the front. And naturally, he's starting to shoot arrows at my Yari Ashigaru. Now, I really think this was a mistake on my part. Sending these guys up, this was too early. Because look at them, they're just dropping like flies and I'm not gaining anything out of them. Because he's going for the gate, he's not even going for the walls. I thought he would go for the walls. So now we're dropping like flies here. I'm losing so much of my Yari Ashigaru. Look, I've lost almost an entire unit here. They're gone. I just lost an entire unit of Yari Ashigaru. They may be cheap, but I don't have much that I'm working with here. Now a second unit about to die. I've started firing my arrows down from the second layer. Here come the fire arrows. Look at that, just tidal wave of fire arrows coming in. Look at this. Oh my god, did it just crash my game? It just crashed my game mid-replay, oh god. Alright, we're caught back up in the replay. Sorry, those Chosokabe fire arrows were, I guess they're more powerful, than I thought. They don't just kill your enemies, they kill your game. Shogun 2's an older game, so you can expect that this will be a little unstable, especially on newer hardware. I have massive arrows. Look, I even brought the archers in the back, I believe, yeah, to the front here, and I set them up in lines, looks like. And, yeah, and here comes the fire that broke my game. Look at it. Raining down hell on his men. Lots of casualties. Now, he's doing something kind of silly here. He's charging all of his men up into this one gate. Now, I've managed to get a pretty much mostly dead Yari Ashigaru here to block him as he runs up, which has now effectively bottlenecked him here in this gate, which has allowed my archers to now continue firing down on them. But now he's moved his warrior monk bows up to deal with my archers. Or actually, he's trying to deal with my Yari to start. I think he's fired on my archers a little bit, yeah. He starts doing that more later. My Yari Ashigaru over here are dying, as can be expected. But, as you see, I've been quick to send up reinforcements. On both sides, more Yari Ashigaru. Again, dirt cheap, untrained peasant infantry with short spears. I'm just really desperately trying to keep him bottlenecked here. And, yep, he has started firing at my archers, realizing this is my greatest strength. This is the strength of the Chosokabe. They're bow oh, these are bow Ashigaru. These are the cheap ones. The samurai are in the rear, and he's putting all his arrows into the bow Ashigaru. So these are actually weaker. These are my real strength right here. I didn't have the money to get enough of these samurai, but I've turned my fire onto his bow units as well now, and we're just kind of exchanging fire. As my Yari Ashigaru in the front breaks, I'm constantly charging up more. These are Naginata samurai. Look at this. Now some samurai is joining up front in the fray. Look at this. Nice. And I have more Naginata samurai coming on this end too, kind of replacing the Yari as they die off. But I'm realizing, the way it's going, even if I do fuck him up at this gate, he has a lot more units than I have. Look at his reserves. Bow warrior monks, katana ronin. These are going to be a lot better in melee combat than these Iko-Iki marathon monks. A lot better. Hence why I'm only wasting my own Naginata on him. And really trying to... He's really destroyed my archer support here. Even my samurai are starting to take heavy losses. They're half dead. His bow warrior monks are just really too much. He brought more than I can really handle. And I'm running out of ammo. He's charging up his katana ronin, but as you can see, I have plans. I snuck this light cavalry out of the back, and I got a nice charge. Look at this. Right into his bows. Completely completely unstopped. He did not even see it or think to stop me. This effectively knocks half of this unit out of the game. He sent all his cav over to try to stop this light cav. Very effective. They've already broken, but I have another one. And I get another good charge here. Look at this. Into his bow warrior monks. Absolutely beautiful. Let me slow down the game a little. I'm finding it hard to keep up. Pretty much another half of his bow unit knocked out of the game right there. I'm quickly trying to run my light cav away as he is rushing his Naginata warrior monk cav after them, because my light cav don't stand a chance. These guys will slaughter them, absolutely slaughter. As it stands, the bow unit over here, look at it, almost completely destroyed. That was very effective play by me. I had some troubles controlling the light cav at this point, but I'm desperately trying to get them away from these warrior monk cav, which he's using to desperately chase these down. Right now, he's actually turning away, which I think is a big mistake. Big mistake. I don't know what these bow warrior monks are doing, but the rest of them are just sort of occasionally firing on my archers, which are still like half dead. And the clogged toilet over here is continuing. Look at this. Constant death. Arrow raining in on my forces. It's okay. These are Naginata samurai. They are armored and they're meant for holding a line. These katana ronin that he's moved up now will just cut right through my Naginata samurai. So I won't be able to hold this long, especially not with breaking going on. He made the awful mistake of ignoring my light cav, so I chose to charge them back into these bow warrior monks that he, for some reason, just left up here. Getting a nice charge. Look at it. Completely breaking them. Now getting any remaining charge bonus I can. And now effectively condemning these guys to heavy losses. I've immediately started retreating, really harassing him with these cavalry. He always tries to retreat because he thinks I'm like trying to kite him. I've lost 2/3 of this light cav now, but I'm not done yet. Constantly just charging back into his bows. I've really crippled his bows with the cav, but that's about it. They're gonna break now, and I'm out all of my cav except my general. What's up here? We have some Naginata samurai units really clumped up at this gate. I really think he made a mistake sending everything he had up here at the front. His katana ronin will slice through my Naginata samurai, but again, I have a large horde of them here, and they will hold their own for a while. And oh my god, did I really just crash again? I did. Wow. Alright guys, we're back again from the crash. As you see by this point in the battle, my poor archers, they're all dead. My cavalry are all routing. I've turned down the graphics settings. Hopefully that will prevent the crashing. There's a lot of units and bodies piling up here, so that's probably why we're having problems. But as you see, Dema hasn't really made any progress, and he's not willing to give up on this gate. He's actually been throwing more and more bodies at it. Like, he has no more reserves. He just has some archers, his cavalry, which he can't, like, charge through the gate. That's not going to work. And his general. He has nothing else. He's committed his entire frontline fighting force to this gate, hoping just to break through, and I guess hoping I will commit enough to this that he can just win the battle with one solidified push. Unfortunately, his units are actually fighting surrounded due to the way I placed mine, which means they're fighting at a constant disadvantage. Even though he's using Katana Ronin, and my Naginata Samurai theoretically don't stand a chance, I have an advantage from surrounding him. But look at all the bodies. You can't even see the floor anymore at a lot of these points. Oh, look at this poor guy. Oh, just completely impaled. Completely impaled. It's brutal at this gate. As you see, my numbers are really starting to thin out, at least on this side. And you hear that guy yelling, My units are also getting really tired, but that means so are his. And when units are tired, they fight a lot worse. I mean, look at this. That's not stopping this mass slaughter. Now you see this shaking. This shaking is him just charging through. He's really starting to gain some ground through this gate, but I'm still somehow holding him off. Let's take a look at what else is happening. As you see, I realize that I'm kind of losing this gate, and he might actually push through if I don't send reinforcements, so I've decided to do exactly what he did. I'm committing more Katana Samurai. Katana Samurai. I'm even starting to send my bow units because they're out of ammo. I'm sending everything I have that is worthy of fighting up, preparing to reinforce this gate. If Dema's gonna commit all of his units to it, that's what I'm gonna have to do. There's actually an opening here. He's opened up a path that if he was capable... Oh, he's even charging Cav through now. He's charging his Cav up into the melee fight against Naginata. Not very smart. He should have dismounted them. But, if this is what he was going to do with them. This is already a kind of a silly thing to do with your Cav. I'm immediately charging in the Bow Samurai on this front. Look at this Katana Ronin, Katana Samurai charge, sorry, in really closing off this gap that he opened up. Whoa, lag's really kicking in. And now there's Katanas against Katanas. Cavalry that have stagnated and are just trying to fight in melee, but they're really not meant for it. Bow Samurai thrown into the thick of it. Naginata fleeing. Everything is just dying at this gate. Everything is dying. Look. You can't even see the floor. Cavalry are just adding to the mess heap of corpses. Everything's shaking because I think he's charging in the remainder of his units. Yeah, look. Cavalry are just lining up outside to die. His general and some bows are all that's left. You can really feel the frame loss over here, but that's more Shogun 2's problem than any kind of hardware issue. I'm now charging in the rest of my Katana Samurai right into the fray. You can't even see where they're going, except over here, clogging up this little breach he managed to open up. Oh, look at this epic duel. Who's gonna win? Oh, he switched, and oh, my guy lost. Well, his Ronin are better than my Katana Samurai. That's a given. What am I... Oh, God. What am I charging up here now? Katana Hero. I'm sending up my hero. The hero of my katanas. Go away, T. The hero of my katanas has moved up. He's not charging in. These are elite samurai right here. These guys can slaughter anybody 1v1, but there's only 40 of them in a unit. I believe I moved him up here because I've been activating now. Hold the line with my general, which has inspired my units at the gate, and I'm now giving buffs with my Katana Hero. Basically just ready to take whatever he throws at me. And as you see, he's running out of units. All he has left now is his cavalry, and they cannot hold up in a front line formation like this. His Katana Ronin are trying to run for their lives, but he's now charging in his archers. But at this rate, they're just getting slaughtered. They cannot take this gate, so Dema thought he tried to do something cheeky. He's sending his general over to this side and getting shot at by my fort tower. Dismounting his general, a long-lost feature that isn't in newer Total Wars like Warhammer, sadly. And he's going to climb the walls, and I only just about now realized this was happening. And I decide I'm going to send these guys back here in a moment. Here they go. Because the gate is won. His units are all routing. He has only this general left. And I send my most elite units, my Katana Hero, sprinting back. Although I had some pathfinding issues here. I tried to attack him, but it tried to go for the ones that were running already instead of the ones that were over the wall. Fixing my pathfinding issues, I'm running forward to catch up to his unit. Let's see, do we get a good charge in on his generals, or does it just end? We got a charge coming in. Charge coming in, and Steam messages coming in, and there you go. Katana Hero charging down his general, and that's it. Everything has left. We have won. And that is how I beat Dema in his offensive siege. What did we learn today? If you're gonna siege, do not just focus down a gate. You will get bottlenecked and you will die. Use the walls. Go for the other gates. This was just a path to utter defeat. And it really shows. My bows racking in kills. This one light cav, you can see they had 60 units each. 144. I really got good kills. I slaughtered his bows with both of my light cav. They didn't stand a chance. Naginata Samurai that held the line, getting fuck tons of kills as well. As you see, my matchlock Ashigaru didn't get much, but that's fine because they were just there to absorb his arrows, be a distraction. And I really did kind of fuck up in the beginning with my Yari Ashigaru, but it's fine because I recovered just fine by bottlenecking him. All of his kills, as you see, came in through these warrior monks. Really did his work for him, the warrior monks. Naturally, everything else didn't do as well. Why? Because he threw them into a choke point where they were surrounded. He didn't deploy them in enough versatile formations. He didn't micromanage enough. He just tried to push his way through and it didn't work. Unfortunate, but that's how it goes. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this battle. I have more of them coming up. The next one is Demaulicus versus T-Master on an open field battle. We haven't seen any of those yet. It's a very interesting matchup. Up until this point, we had no idea which of them was really more skilled at Total War games. But stay tuned to the next battle and you'll find out too. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.